much like the rest of the organization, for us in HR, the faster we upskill ourselves, the more effective we'll be for others. But I think we also need help to say, hey, like, what should I be doing? Because sometimes there's a lot and there are different things that you can consider. And so in the world where we have to like relentlessly prioritize all the time how we spend our time, what would be some of your recommendations based on what we know about the world around us today? For somebody that's sitting in whether they're in HR or doing HR consulting, maybe even, what should we be paying attention to?
What I would say, the first skill that I would talk that human resources folks, and I guess just about everybody out there needs to develop is their AI skills. And I'll give you my own example. I've dealt a lot with data, with analytics, with at Nielsen, at Johnson and Johnson. But when it came to prompt engineering with generative AI, I thought I knew it all. I mean, reasonably good English. I can prompt it in different ways, and I teach at Wharton to the MBA students and the executive program. Um, a lot of them were talking about prompt engineering. We had some professors doing a course on prompt engineering, and I was like, really, you need to learn that? And then I started SkillsBridge with my co-founders. One of them is a Gen AI expert. He made us go through certain programs. There's a professor from Stanford. His name is Andrew Ang. He talked about a simple tip in prompt engineering. So you had one prompt. You asked the second prompt saying, whatever you gave me above, critique it. So it critiques the same agent, critiques what it just gave you. And then the third prompt is saying, now use this critique and revise your previous answer. Andrew Ang says that the accuracy of your results goes up by 50%. So here you go. Didn't know that, right?
No.
So there is so much to learn with AI, whether you're in HR or you're outside. The second one I would say is HR folks have to be really good at understanding the business. Many times we think we are sitting in our function. Sometimes I've seen HR folks to be just order takers. Oh, the business leader articulated this problem and he asked me to do this, so I'm going to go and do that. No, you got to question what is the root cause? Why are they asking? Do they even understand what the problem is? And I'm saying this as a business leader, by the way. Many times I got it wrong, right? Just articulating it. If I was questioned back, maybe we would have understood the problem better. So really understanding that business. One example I would give you from Nielsen days was my CEO could not make it to a business meeting in Stockholm. He was flying in, his mother-in-law passed away. So the CHRO led that 2.5 day meeting with all the global business leaders at Nielsen. And not for a minute, we felt that he was not a business leader. So that's the extent to which HR folks should know the business. And then the third thing, I think, especially now, this is specifically for human resources. In this era of Gen AI, human skills are going to be more important, not just for human resources folks, but for business leaders. So human resources folks have to really imbibe that so that they can make their whole organization and all employees learn those skills. And these are skills like empathy, like resilience, like moral leadership. It's going to get so much prominent and required. Um, and the last thing I would say on that point is, as machines become better at being machines, we need to become better humans. And, as humans, we should become better at being humans. So that's what I would say
That
for
just
the
gave me
HR
chills, by the
folks.
way.
Sorry?
That just gave me chills, by the way.